Job burnout is a special type of job stress. It is a state of physical, emotional, or mental exhaustion combined with doubts about your competence and the value of your work. Burnout usually exists in demanding workplaces like in the education and other service-oriented careers. To picture out this problem in the Department of Education, this study was conducted. I am Henry L. Langlon Jr., and this is a presentation of the burnout data gathered in the Department of Education.
Good morning, everyone. I am here to present the study entitled Job Burnout in the Department of Education. The study has the following research problems. The first research problem is, what is the respondent's burnout level according to job burnout and emotional exhaustion? This shows that on the average, the job burnout level of the respondents belong to the high amount of job-related stress, and the emotional exhaustion levels of the respondents belongs to high amount of job-related stress as well. This table also shows us that the descriptive statistics of the burnout level considering the gender of the respondents. The table shows that on the average, the males have higher job burnout and emotional exhaustion level, which falls under high amount of job-related stress compared to the job burnout level and emotional exhaustion level of the females, which falls under high amount of job-related stress. This further tells us that males have higher burnout level compared to females. This table also tells us the descriptive statistics of the burnout level considering visible status of the respondents. This table shows that on the average, married respondents have higher job burnout level, which falls under high amount of job-related stress compared to the single or unmarried respondents with moderate amount of job-related stress. This further implies that the married respondents have higher burnout level compared to the single or unmarried respondents. This table also shows us the descriptive statistics of the burnout level considering RAP. The result shows that on the average, the principal respondents have the highest burnout level and emotional exhaustion level, which is high amount of job-related stress compared to the teacher and supervisor respondent whose job burnout level and emotional exhaustion level only falls under moderate amount of job-related stress. This table shows us the descriptive statistics of the burnout level of the respondents considering their job satisfaction. The table shows that on the average, the respondents with low job satisfaction have the highest burnout levels, which is high amount of job-related stress, and respondents also with high job satisfaction have the lowest burnout levels, which falls under moderate amount of job-related stress. This table also shows us the descriptive statistics of the burnout level considering work performance. This table tells us that on the average, the respondents with poor work performance have the highest burnout level, which is high amount of job-related stress. And respondents also with outstanding performance have the lowest burnout level, which falls under moderate amount of job-related stress. This table shows us the descriptive statistics of the burnout level considering the life satisfaction level of the respondent. This table shows us that respondents with low burnout level are very much satisfied in their lives, and the respondents with dangerous amount of burnout level are not satisfied with their life. Research problem number 3. Is there a significant difference between the respondents' burnout level, job burnout, and emotional exhaustion when grouped according to RAP? This table shows us the test statistic of the ANOVA of the job burnout level when grouped according to RAP. It is observable in the descriptive statistics that the principal respondents have higher burnout level means compared to the teacher and supervisor respondents. The table also shows that the F value obtained a probability value lesser than the set alpha 0.05, which provides a sufficient evidence to reject the first null hypothesis. This further tells us that there is a significant difference between the job burnout levels of the respondents when grouped according to rank. We could then say that the difference in the job burnout level means of the respondents according to rank is true and meaningful. However, we cannot really identify to which do they truly differ. To explore more the statistic, a Scheffé post hoc test was done. This table shows that there is no significant difference between the burnout level means of the teacher to supervisor respondents. However, there is a significant difference between the job burnout level means of the teacher and principal respondents. We could then say that the teacher respondents truly have less job burnout level compared to the principal respondents. There is also a significant difference between the job burnout level mean of the principal and supervisor respondents. This is supported by the study of Whitfield, which states that who also reports that there is a difference of the burnout levels between the administrators and supervisors. This table tells us the statistic of the ANOVA of the emotional exhaustion in terms of rank. The table shows that the F value obtained a probability value lesser than the set alpha 0.05. The test result provides us sufficient evidence to reject the hypothesis. This further tells us that there is a significant difference between the emotional exhaustion level of the respondents when grouped according to rank. However, we could not really identify to which rank do they differ, or do they truly differ. To explore more the statistic, a Scheffé post hoc test was done. This table shows that there is a significant difference between the emotional exhaustion level means of the teacher and the principal. This table shows that there is a significant difference between the emotional exhaustion level means of the teacher and the principals, the teacher and the supervisors, and the principals and the supervisors. This means that the emotional exhaustion level of the principal respondents is truly higher compared to the teacher and supervisor respondents. Research problem number 4. Is there a significant relationship between the respondents' burnout level and work performance or work evaluation? This table above shows the Pearson-R correlation of the burnout level of the respondents and work performance. The correlation coefficient R of negative 0.411 indicates that there is a fair degree of negative linear relationship between the burnout level of the respondents and their work performance. The correlation coefficient also obtained a probability value lesser than the set alpha, which provides us sufficient evidence to reject the first null hypothesis. This further means that there is a significant relationship between the job burnout and work performance. This means that if the job burnout of the respondents is increased, the work performance of the respondent will fairly decrease. In addition, the coefficient of determination tells us that 16.89% only of the variation of the work performance is being explained by the job burnout, and the rest 83.11% is attributed to other variables. The results above is also supported by Oizort, Narhad, Azarti, Cheng, and Maslach, which all report the significant inverse relationship of the burnout and work performance. The coefficient correlation of the emotional exhaustion level, negative 0.408, also tells us that there is a fair degree of negative linear relationship between the emotional exhaustion of the respondents and their work performance. The correlation coefficient also obtained a probability value lesser than the set alpha 0.05. This test result provides us sufficient evidence to reject the second null hypothesis, which tells us that there is a significant relationship between the emotional exhaustion and work performance. In addition, the coefficient of determination tells us that only 16.6% of the variation in the work performance is being explained by the emotional exhaustion, and 83.4% is attributed to other variables. The results are supported with the study of Muhammad, Glimich, and Gates, which all states that the job performance is negatively correlated to emotional exhaustion. Research problem number 9. To what extent do the burnout level with the civil status explain the respondent's work evaluation level? The table above shows the correlation of the independent variables. This was done to determine if the predictors are sufficiently correlated such that multicollinearity is highly likely to be a problem. It is being shown in the table that the explanatory variable job burnout and emotional exhaustion are highly correlated to each other. This means, or this may imply, that they may have the same meaning. Thus, the researcher decided to retain the job burnout and discard emotional exhaustion level, since it makes sense to consider job burnout and emotional exhaustion level as one. This table shows the multiple linear regression analysis of the effects of the job burnout and civil status to work performance. It is being shown in the table that the multiple linear regression analysis of the job burnout and civil status as predictors to work performance. This table shows the multiple linear regression analysis of the effect of job burnout and civil status as predictors to work performance. Since the tolerance values are greater than 0.04, we can now deduce that multicollinearity was not violated for these two explanatory variables. The adjusted coefficient of determination tells us that 17.18% of the variation in the work performance is being explained by the combination of job burnout and civil status, and the rest 80% is attributed to other variables. The result shows that the combination of job burnout level and civil status significantly predicted the work performance, with F value equal to 15.899 and p-value lesser than 0.05. This further means that the model is significant. The coefficient B sub O equal to 102.895 indicates that on the average, when a respondent's burnout is 0, and at the same time the respondent is a male, it is predicted to have a job performance level of 102.895, but we cannot put credibility on this because the range of the job burnout level is only 22 to 29. The coefficient of the job burnout variable, B sub 1, equal to negative 0.411, tells us that on the average, when the job burnout level is increased by 1 unit, taking that the respondent is a male, the work performance of the respondent is predicted to decrease by 0.411. The coefficient of the dummy variable civil status with a male model, B sub 1 equal to 3.750, tells us that on the average, if the respondent is a male, taking also that the respondent has a constant burnout level, the work performance of the respondent is predicted to increase by 3.750. That ends my presentation. Thank you for listening.